Yes, we are live and we're about to be live on the radio. Remember, no cursing. We gotta behave ourselves. Yeah, I know it sucks. But yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, let's do it.
What is going on, family? What is going on, family? I have a great guest, like I mentioned before. I have Miss Karyn, Elle of Sayith Loud, LLC. Oh, she got real jammed down right there, real quick. Gunshots fired. But how are you, Karyn Elle? How are you?
I'm well. I can't complain.
Thank you for coming. I have to say that. Thank you for coming to the platform. We've spoken before.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken on the podcast. I came on your podcast,
yes.
which was fun. But before we get into the media empire that is Sayith Loud, let's get into your new venture.
Oh, the lingerie.
Yes.
I'm going hard right now.
And I love what I'm seeing, what you're doing with that.
I'm going
because
hard right now.
I know you looked at it as a challenge and you were like, I think I could do this.
Yeah. So
please give us where the passion come from, where the drive comes from. Like, you know what? I'm going to sell some draws.
Okay. So it's so funny. It's a funny story, but it's not a funny story. So about a year ago, I did an episode called "What's in Your Hoe Bag."
Yes, one of my favorite.
If you're listening right now,
one of
I'm
my
not
favorite
calling
episodes.
you a hoe.
No.
I'm just simply saying adults need a hoe bag, right? Married couples, you spending the night. You know what I mean? You got a drawer in the crib. You got a hoe box. What's in your hoe bag? And so I did that episode, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a hoe bag. And I went and I found a company and I made some bags. And then I was like, well, we need to put things in the bag. So I hit up some sponsors and I got some vibrators. And then I was like, okay, well, what I'm gonna wear? And then, Sayith Sexy was born and the idea's kind of been sitting there. And I was like, I don't know how to sell anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to make this happen. I just started watching YouTube videos and I said, all right, we're going to do drop shipping. And we found a drop shipping company and we started, I started trying different brands and looking at different things that I could do and trying different fabrics and stuff. And that didn't really work for me. I wasn't happy with the drop shipping. I wasn't happy with the quality. I wasn't happy with the brand. And so I decided, like, all right, I'm going to take the next step and start all over again. And we revamped and actually I became a wholesaler. So I actually have access now. I had to get some tax paperwork and all them kind of things, but I found wholesalers here in the United States that could sell lingerie to me and got my tax, whatever that paper is. And
yeah.
Now we selling lingerie to go in a hoe bag.
So you do your own distribution because you said you did drop shipping, but you didn't really like how that was.
Distribution.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
so I boxed it up, I bag it up. It smells good because it's supposed to be. All right, so there's my demographic is men, which is crazy because most people are like, well, men don't buy lingerie. They don't buy lingerie because it's very difficult to go to a website with 400 items with shit I don't really want to look at. Can I say shit?
No, you can't.
Oh, sorry. With stuff I don't really...
Curse words. No curse words. Go ahead.
With stuff I don't really want to look at. So this is really it's for women because ladies, you can go buy your stuff yourself. You don't need me. But it's really more for the men. Like I package it. Basically, when it leaves me, there's nothing you need to do other than put your name on it and hand it to whoever.
I think I seen some of the packaging on the IG.
Yes.
It was the black bag with the
black bag, pink tissue. Everything's wrapped and ready to go. So all you have to, and I throw a couple extra things in there. All you literally have to do is hand it to her. Or repackage it when you get home or whatever. And our mailer box is the same way. So it comes in a box and it's all wrapped. So you can send someone a gift or someone could buy something for themselves. But it was really just about like empowering people to find their sexy.
Okay.
And, I think also appealing to people in a different age group. We always look at lingerie and it's like thin, tiny women. There's no men. There's no celebration of men. There's no celebration of big bodies. And so I really wanted to bring that in. So I will be adding like the silk boxers and the
you doing a men's line
yes,
too?
Because men are supposed to feel sexy too. Sexy is not just about women and sex. It's about intimacy and confidence and feeling yourself. And so yes, we're gonna add the silk boxers. We're gonna
silk
add
boxers.
the silk pajamas. You know, I already got the gray sweatpants.
Yes.
Like, I'm on it for my fellas.
I see you.
And it can be flipped the other way around. Like, a woman can actually buy a box and send a gift to her man and be like, I'm gonna wear this and you wear that, and we're gonna just send the kids to grandma's house.
Hey now. Hey now. What made you get into it? There was something that made you say, "Hey, I think I could do this." What was the inspiration, pretty much?
For me doing anything?
No, not anything. We're gonna get into that when we get into the Sayith Loud empire. But
what was the inspiration?
Sayith Sexy. What made you say? I mean, I know it's your whole thing is adult entertainment, grown and sexy.
Yeah.
But like, what made you say, you know what? I think I could move some lingerie too.
Instagram.
Really?
I mean, I feel like I watch other people do it. And I'm like, yo, if they could do it, I could do it. And I could throw a little razzle dazzle on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I do got pixie dust on it. So I was like, if this person could do it, then I could do it. And so I just watch my YouTube videos and I learn what I need to learn and I pick up what I need to pick up. And I make mistakes and then I learn from them and then I just keep going. So, yeah, it's just putting one foot in front of the other, really.
Wow, and are you going to be doing a photo shoot soon for the lingerie?
Well, at first, I was like, I didn't want to be the face of Sayith Sexy because I was like, y'all know how I feel about my brand. Like, let it stand on its own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, people need to not see my face and still mess with it just because of the content.
Got you.
But a couple of the guys hit me up and was like, Karyn, you know, I think you would be the best face of your own company. And I was like, I don't know if I can pull that off. Mm-hmm. So I'm finna, you know, stop eating so much rice and bread.
It's hard. It's hard. We're from the Caribbean. It's hard. It's hard.
But again, I do feel like I should do it
should.
All the people who are like, Karyn, you're selling perfectly imperfect. You got to be up there and be perfectly imperfect. So yes, I am going to do a photo shoot. Yes, I am picking models. Yes, there will be male and female models. And yes, it will be people of color.
That is dope. You know what? You should also shoot a trailer for that photo shoot.
I am going to do that. We're going to have a trailer and some video visuals that'll be on the website once that's done. So yeah, I'm really excited.
I mean, speaking of the website, perfect segue. But that's going to be its own website, right? Sayith Sexy.
Sayith Sexy has its own website.
It's going to be its own website, and then you have the other platform. The platform that I came to know you.
Sayith Loud.
Sayith Loud. You have your own website. You have...
two now.
Yeah, two websites. Sorry, forgive me. And you have the little mini movie the short film that you shot that's on there.
Yes.
And then, of course, the podcast.
Yes.
So, let's give them the humble beginnings of because I know the story. We spoke multiple times, but you know there are people that probably didn't tap into the podcast that are watching this now or listening to it now would like to know how Sayith Loud began. So just let them know the humble beginnings of Sayith Loud.
I've had the vision of Sayith Loud for years now, and y'all, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I posted a logo I made 8 years ago when I was in undergrad, just like. This is what I really want to do. This is what I really... And I kind of always put it on the back burner because I'm a mom and I got kids and I got grandkids and I got life. And, you know, I kind of blocked myself, too. I just made excuses. And then the last year and a half or so, mind you, I went back to grad school, became a teacher, all that kind of stuff. But my passion was still there for media. That's what my undergrad degree is in. That's what I love doing. Photography, all that kind of stuff. And I just got tired of, sitting on it. Really, that's just what happened. And one morning I was on the G-Dubs on my way to work and I was like, yo, this can't be I swear to God, I was sitting there going in the car by myself, this can't be my life.
Yeah.
This can't be it. I'm way too talented and way too smart. This just can't
I'm worth
be
more.
It. Yeah, this can't be it for me. And I called my daughter that morning and she was like, well, Mom, if there's anybody that could do something about it, it's you.
That's a jewel from your own daughter. That's crazy.
My own daughter. And then you know, my life is real funny like that. Then I had another conversation, and I posted something on Instagram, and somebody came back and was like, Karyn, you keep saying you're going to do it. When are you going to do it? Just do it already. Stop telling us. And I was like, damn, who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Why are you talking to me like that?
I needed that.
You needed to push.
Because it was that day that, you know, between those two conversations, I was like, I bet. And
wait, those conversations happened the same day?
The same week.
Oh, the same week.
Yeah,
okay,
but the universe be working in my life like that. So it was
have
that
to
week.
pay attention.
Yeah, and so I was like, I bet I'm gonna drop a podcast, and that was it.
And when did you start podcasting?
Last January. So
Really?
it's a little over a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I was podcasting longer than you?
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you started before me. I didn't know that
It was,
after. Because
yeah,
I
it was our
started...
1 year anniversary.
Yeah, because I started, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. The day he died, I dropped the first episode to the blast.
A couple months ahead of me.
Yeah. So I was like, I thought you started before me because I was like, man, she's experienced. She knows what she's doing.
I think it's because I have so much background in so many different things.
Okay.
So,
You
because a
just
lot of people say that,
brought
they're
it
like,
all
I
together.
look at your brand and I look at this and I look at that, and I think having the background of having been in school and knowing how to use Pro Tools and audio and stuff. Like, I wasn't really starting from scratch. Like, all of those classes that they were telling you go get audio equipment and stuff, I already had. You know, my dad was a DJ. I know mixing boards and soundboards. I went to RCC. I got a degree in media communications. I was the only girl that wanted to go to Institute of Audio Research.
Okay,
so,
IAR, wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I already had a lot of those things in me,
Yeah.
and then I was doing the photography and the visuals, and I was freelancing, so it was kind of like almost like just marrying and then I was doing my, you know, whatever you want to call every Friday on Instagram.
Friday effery. That's that's what we're calling it now because we want to keep it PG. But yes, we're going to talk about that too.
So it was really just, I've worked at a number of radio stations. I've interned at XM, so it was really just taking everything that I already knew and marrying them all together and just making it mine.
And that's exactly what you did. I mean, at one point, because now you're doing more guests on the show, which I'm happy to see.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that though. I love the guests, but I miss those episodes where it was just me going in.
And I think that's where you shine the most because that's how I tapped into your show originally. It was just you, you know, maintaining your own ecosystem pretty much. And I would be like so locked into what you were saying, I wouldn't even realize a half hour, 45 minutes went by. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've been listening to this the whole time? And that's when I started reaching out to you. I was like, hey, love what you're doing. Whenever you want to come on the show, we have to talk.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I miss that. I you know, things have been wonderful and I'm not complaining.
Not at all. It's looking great.
It's almost like, I'm like, dang, I don't know when I'm going to get to do a show by myself because I have, you know, so many people coming and go. So I just got to like carve out that space and do that because that, I miss that. I miss just, you know, being 100% myself in my space, doing it my way.
Unrestricted too. So it's like you could definitely be yourself. The short film.
Yes.
How is that coming along? Because the last time we spoke about it, you said, I just put it out there so people could see. Have you heard anything yet? Have you gotten any feedback? Matter of fact, before we get to that, give them a little, I guess, synopsis of the short film so they know what we're talking, because we know what we're talking about because we spoke about it already. But I got to remember there are other people listening.
There's a short film on my website. It's called Rich. It's a trailer that I shot a couple years ago. I actually saw a poster at RCC for a film festival. I had never shot anything before at that magnitude. I always shot stills. And I was like, I'm going to do it. And I did one piece and I got nominated. And then I was like, oh, really? Well, if you like that, I could do it again. And I put another piece in and I was nominated and I won for one of those pieces. And so that's what you see on the website. So, long story short is when my kids used to play softball, I don't like softball. And it's cold outside. So I would sit in the car and I would write.
Okay.
And so I started writing this story about this young man who becomes rich, but he's telling the story of his life. His mom is HIV positive. He has a brother with 3 strikes. He got a sister trying to hold it down. They live in the projects. And I just made up this whole character and this whole story, and I would just sit in the car and write. And so I asked my brother, like, do you want to do this? And he was like, buy me pizza. And I was like, I bet. And we shot it, and I edited it myself, and I put it up there. And so
it was just you and your brother pretty much that put that together?
Everybody in that film is somebody related to me.
Oh,
either my kids, my brother-in-law, my daughter, my son, my brother. Yeah, every face you see is somebody that I know.
That's pretty much a family project right there.
I was just like, yo, do this for me, and it happened, and you know, we put it there, and it also gave me the confidence to be like, all right, well, we could go ahead and we could do more. So And now I'm writing, and I'm ready to get, like, I got 3 other projects in line and concepts, and working with other women about projects of writing short series and doing shorts. So
exclusive news.
yeah, it is exclusive news because I haven't told it. But there's a lot of young women. So there's a lot of women in the industry that don't really want to work with men on some subjects because they feel uncomfortable or they feel targeted or whatever. And so here comes this woman who knows soundboard, who knows direction, who knows cameras, who knows mics, and they're like, I bet you could do it. You know what I mean? And they just feel more comfortable in that space. So, you know, I've been able to make some relationships and work with some women on a number of different projects that we're writing and working on, and I'm excited to bring them to life. I want to be like Issa Rae, 50 Cent, and Adam Sandler, like, and Ava DuVernay, like, all pushed together.
Now that is a mix. I mean, that's a lot of great people you mentioned, though. Like, great in production, TV and film production. So, yeah. I think you could do that.
I want that, like, grit of 50. But I want the, like, style of Adam Sandler. Like, we don't have to be rich. We just gonna make movies and have a good time, and all my friends are just gonna all get paid. Like,
pretty much.
Like that.
That's what he does.
But then, like, Issa Rae with the shorts and the HBO and the black girl magic. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And then mush them all together, and then you got Karyn Elle.
Poof! Sayith Loud. In your face. I mean, let's talk about the podcast.
Yes.
I mean, I'm trying to remember, how did I fall to... It was your Friday theme. But I don't know if you were dropping them on Friday. Were you always dropping episodes on Friday? Okay.
Every Friday.
Because I would listen to them Saturdays. Okay. Saturday morning. Okay. That's when I started listening to you. And I was like, okay, I started noticing the theme. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought it was just you being you. I mean, it is you. I want them to know it is you being spicy behind those posts. But, I mean, I thought it was just like a thing you were just doing every now and then. But I noticed it was a theme. And I was like, oh.
I've been doing that for like 5 or 6 years now.
You told me that on the podcast. But, I was going to try and get to that. But you beat me to it. Yes, she's been doing it for a while. Yeah. And it's very successful because people react to it. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm sure you get the DMs where they'll be like, oh, why are you putting that up there? You shouldn't do that.
We block those people.
Yeah. Block parties all day. But no, I mean, with Friday Effery, I think it's great because it's a great way to go into the episode. Because usually, you got the whole bag episode and what do you bring to the table, which is another...
We could talk about it.
Another great episode.
We could talk about that.
But, I mean, no, first we got to see, what made you say, hey, let me start with this theme? The Friday Effery theme. Was it just you being Karyn Elle? Because I know you're a very, very funny individual. Like, I am. You're very humorous, comedic. So when I saw it, I was like, this fits her perfectly. Because I heard that listening to you. I was like, oh, she doesn't take herself too serious. But she is serious when she needs to be.
Yeah. Okay, so the Friday nonsense.
Okay, we can do that.
So I used to work in New York City and take the bus in every day.
Okay.
And I don't sleep on the bus because I got trust issues.
Okay.
So I would just be playing on Instagram, right? And then I would see all these things that were funny, and I'd be like, oh my God, should I post this? This is years ago. Like 3 Karyns ago. Should I post this? Should I post it? What about my job? What is everybody gonna say? And then I just got to the point where I was just like, okay, well, I'll just do it for this group of people.
Okay.
And so I would hold everything until Friday, and then I'll be on the bus on Friday, and I'll bust a tune, and you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good, and I'll be like, yo, let's just feel good on Friday, because I'm not finna do nothing when I get to work anyway.
Pretty much.
So that's where the idea came from, and then it just was like, all right, every Friday. So now I just do it every Friday. And people love it. When I don't do it,
they're like, yo, what's going on? You good? Yeah.
I'm like, yo, y'all, I gotta go to work.
I mean, it's something I look forward to every time I look at my phone on Friday. Because I was like, all right, Karyn's going to say something off the hook. She's going to post something really left that's going to be like, what?
That's it. It's really just about, like, the way I see Sayith Loud is like, the world is so hard as it is. It's hard being a black woman. It's hard being a black man. It's hard, politics. It's hard money. So when you come to Sayith Loud, whether it's on Instagram or you listening to the podcast, it's that hour, 45 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just straight feeling good. That's it. It's about laughing. It's about giggling. It's like, you know what, you're right. Like, it's that energy. And then it's us being grown and sexy and still being able to celebrate that. Like, we're not young like these little kids and bashing bottles, but we're not old people where we sitting around. And so just catering to those people right in between, where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna sit at my desk and do my work, but I'm gonna also make sure like I listen to this and have a good time and crack a joke and feel good.
I mean, that's what I definitely got from probably, well, I could try to remember what was the first episode I heard from you, because I do remember Whole Bag. That was a good episode, but there was one before that.
There's a couple popular ones.
You gotta, you have
it's
a
really
few.
My number one episode is I can't curse on here, but my number one episode is actually Weak Tendencies.
That's the first one I heard.
That is my number
That's the
one
very
episode
first
still.
one I heard, and I think I told you like straight up. I was like, you did your thing on that one because you were funny, but you were serious, and you were talking about a very serious topic, but you made sure it wasn't too serious to where you sounded preachy.
Right.
You know what I mean? You were like, all right, you know, I'm a woman, so I'm going to be able to say certain things that maybe some men can't say, but they're thinking.
Yeah.
And you hit it right
That's
on the
so
noggin.
crazy.
Yeah.
I told you this though, because the night that I aired that episode, I was really fretting.
Yeah,
I was
yes.
like, yeah, this
Should I
is
do
gonna
this?
be like they gonna be mad. They gonna be big mad at me. Because I went hard.
Yes,
I
you
went
did.
hard on the ladies.
Yes, you did.
But somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do it, and till this day, that is my number one episode. And I was gonna go back and remaster it, like put music under, and then I was like, nah. Keep the grunge.
Yeah, nah,
keep the grunge.
Keep it the way it was.
Keep it gully.
Yeah,
so,
it was a great episode.
But it's still, till this day, people are still listening to that episode. It still hit me up. They're like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. And women too. Women are listening.
I was gonna say, what was the feedback with the ladies? Because I know some of them
were
like,
bought the merch. So hey.
See, you probably hitting some of those ladies like, yo, she's right. I was thinking this, but I'm not gonna say it. You know what I mean?
Some of the ladies was like, that's not me. Can I get a t-shirt?
Can I get a t-shirt? Yeah. Because I got some things to say to these weak bees.
Yeah.
But for real, no, that episode was awesome. What's another popular episode you got? The Whole Bag, I know is popular.
Really popular. Who says I love you? Who sang I love you first?
That's a good episode.
That was
too.
a
That's
really
popular?
big popular episode.
Oh,
yeah,
because you were saying some things that weren't popular, very unpopular opinions on, and I think that's what makes your show great, because you're not afraid to speak your mind on your own platform. And
well, it's mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know how some people with their platforms, they try to be PC with their opinion? No, not you. There's no filter.
I didn't plan that. I didn't.
That's
I didn't
the beauty
do it
of it.
going
It was
like,
organic.
I'm gonna be Howard Stern. I'm gonna be Wendy Willard. I didn't do it with that. I was like, I'm gonna just be who I am. And honestly, when you drop a podcast, you don't know what to expect.
That's so true.
I had to sit with myself first and be like, are you ready to do this? Because you are going to make yourself so vulnerable to people. And are you going to be ready to take back whatever that is? Because you have to know who you are. Whole.
Yes.
Because people are going to poke holes at it. So it takes a certain amount of vulnerability to be in that situation. But I was like, I'm going to be me. And, who it's for, and who it's not for, I respect that.
Yeah, I mean,
respectfully.
And that's respectfully. That's the new thing. Yeah, I seen you killing that with the Friday nonsense. It's like oh God, I wish I could say some of the things that you post, but I was like, I don't know. That might be a little X-rated, R-rated.
It's all good fun.
But if you want to know about what we're talking about with the Friday nonsense, follow Sayith Loud on Instagram. SayithLoud, and you just see what the heck I'm talking about, because. She is a trip.
It's a lot of fun.
It's very fun. Like I said, and it's perfect because it's on a Friday.
Yes.
It starts the weekend.
We know how to do it.
Yeah.
We know how to do it.
You don't be playing. You
we
do
know how
not
to do it.
be playing. I mean, what future plans do you have for the Sayith Loud platform? Like you said, you did mention you want to do more films. You're going to do more full-length films or more short films?
I think we're going to start with shorts and then hopefully get into full length. But right now we're starting with shorts. What else do I have going on? So I have that. I'm still working with Diginex Films.
Okay.
Diginex Media and Hood Pranks and that whole family.
Okay.
So They just text me.
Okay.
So we're shooting some pilots with them. So
That's what's up.
I still have that going on, and a lingerie line, and a
Yes.
Teachable, and I don't really know, because I keep telling y'all, as long as y'all leave me home, this is what I'm going to do.
Hey, I mean, one thing I always mention, even on my podcast, I would be like, after last year, the pandemic, like if you didn't find the hustle bone in your body, or
You ain't got it.
you don't have it, you never had it, and you were fronting the entire time. Because like me and you, I think at that time that's when we took off the podcast, because we were like, oh, we're sitting at home,
Right.
we can get in contact with certain people.
Right.
Oh,
I
okay,
got
let's
time.
do it. We got time. I don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
Let's go.
I
And
mean,
then we
it
just
was-
took off.
It was moving before that.
Exactly.
But it was harder to do when you're at I teach, so I'm at work all day. I'm commuting an hour in the morning, hour and a half in the morning, hour. It's just, you get home, you're exhausted. But you know what I did? And I'm not saying this to tell other people to start a podcast per se. I'm just saying that if you could put the same amount of effort into working for somebody else, you got to put the same amount of effort for whatever it is that you want to do into yourself.
Yes.
And so I would work all day, pick up my son, go home, and the first 3 months it took me to get ready for the podcast, every single day I was researching something, watching a video, setting a goal. I was at work on my lunch hour, recording in my car.
I can relate.
You know, so, and I'm not saying that to make anybody feel bad. I'm
No.
trying to say it
Motivation.
so that you understand, like, if you really want to do something, you're going to prioritize doing it, and you're going to get up and do it. This morning I was tired, but I was like, I got to get these packages out. People order stuff. I got to do what I got to do. And you have to, the same way you make a commitment to get to work,
Yes.
you have to say, this is my work, and this is my brand, and this is my thing, and I have to get up and commit to it. And so that's what I do every day.
That's amazing.
It's like I got 2 jobs though.
Well, I mean, do you really look at you dealing with your brand as a job per se, or do you look at it as, this is my baby, and no one else is gonna really get their hands on this and take care of it like I'm going to take care of it?
I'm crazy and I have control issues.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for sure, not with people, just with my stuff. Like
Honesty's
the rest of
the
y'all can
best
do whatever
policy.
you want.
Yeah.
But like for me personally, I think it's 2 things. I think it's one, I feel like the visions of what I want in my head, you can't see it.
Of course.
So how are
Fully
you going to bring
understand.
that to fruition if it's in my head,
Yep.
right? That's one. But 2, I don't watch TV. I don't get involved. I don't watch TV unless you tell me something to watch. But I don't just, like, I don't sit stagnant. I really do think I got ADHD. That's my superpower. For real. So last night, I'm at home, and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed. It's 11:30. What I'm going to do? And I'm on Canva making art and making promo stuff and making videos.
Yes.
Like, that's what I do in my free time. Like, so for me, no, it doesn't feel like work. Like, that's
what I figured.
entertainment for me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I figured. Because, like, I mean, like, you do love teaching. You have to let people know you are an educator.
I am an educator.
You do love to teach, but you do love your brand. Sayith Loud. Sayith Sexy.
Yes.
So that's why I was like, the teaching is probably more like a job to you, because I'm sure there are times where you're sitting there, it's like, do I really want to do this?
Every day.
Okay, there it is. Every day she thinks about that.
I mean, that's not easy work. I'm gonna be very, very
No,
honest
it's
with you.
not.
It's far from the other side. And
No,
so
it's not.
me having Sayith Loud gives me an outlet. That's my outlet. I
Okay.
don't drink, I don't smoke. That's my outlet.
That's your
I'm saying,
therapy.
okay, here's my creativeness,
Yeah.
because I'm going into this space where I cannot use that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But that's not easy work. Like, teaching's
No.
not easy work. I had one student, I was just telling someone, I had one student where he was on medication and he didn't have breakfast every morning, and I knew if he came to my class without taking
He'd
his
be
medication,
cranky.
exactly. So every morning I was bringing him breakfast. I had a case of water in my car. I had granola bars. I was stopping at Costco. If I didn't have nothing in my car, I would go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's not an easy job. Like some
No,
days
it's
I
not.
feel like a social worker, not a
teacher.
educator. You know, because I deal with the families, I deal with the kids, I deal with the, they don't have, and then we don't have resources, right? We don't have paper, we don't have chairs, we don't have toilet paper.
Yeah.
So it's like going to battle some days. You know what I mean? So I think that's another reason why I'm so happy doing Sayith Loud, because it's my creative outlet of still being able to, like, okay, this is for me, and then
And
when
I could
have
go
to put
back.
on my teacher hat, this is for you. But I love the kids though.
Of course,
I
of
love
course.
the kids. The kids cool. The kids are the best part about it.
We love the children.
Oh,
We
yeah,
love the
children.
children. We
Yeah.
love the children. But no, Karyn, Elle, I want to say thank you so much for pulling up.
Always.
This was great. I'm so glad we got you on the IG Live, and also big shout out to Insatiable Productions for being in the building, taking this visual. I mean, it was dope. Tell the people how they can find you, where all your socials, your websites.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah, just let them know how to find you, because you lit. Go ahead.
You can definitely go to my website for just about everything, for all things Sayith Loud and Karyn Elle. Go to www.sayithloud. It's not say it, it's Sayith.
Sayith.
Yes, it's to say in the third person.
Oh, I was about to say, explain it to them. And you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Say in the third person. So a lot of people ask me, how did you come up with that name? It means to say something in the third person, and I teach English. And then loud, because whatever you have to say, you say it loud. So it's well thought out. So SayithLoud.com. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. And then if you want to shop Say It's Sexy, SayithSexy, sayitsexy.com. That's our new lingerie line. It's a curated lingerie put together and sprinkled with my pixie dust.
Hey now, and I think the Blast podcast is gonna get a code, and I'm gonna try to sling some lingerie myself.
I got you.
Hey,
I got you.
It's nothing.
We gotta make this shmoney.
Exactly, but no, thank you for coming through. We're about to have a quick music break, and then we're gonna take some pictures if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right, we'll be back, y'all. That was fun. Thank you so much, Karyn.
So you want your code? Y'all need to get a code.
I'm getting the code. Hold on, not right now. Sheesh, girl.
No, I gotta go home and set it up. But if you want,
okay, yeah, no, definitely going to do it.
You guys, and then you get commission. I figure it's better than paying for Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, right? So I pay 10% of whatever they buy. So
okay.
Somebody buys and they spend $40, you get $4. And so, but that's what they do for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's what like Sweet Vibrations does for me. So I don't get mad money, but if I make $50 and me and Jace could go eat, then it's worth it.
Yo, Aiden, you gonna take a picture? With this right here, right?
Yeah.
Alright. We have a banner, but the guys in here.
You gotta leave one under there.
Want to move the chairs a little bit?
Okay, you want me to slide it this way?
Yeah.
So it's not in there. You good? You good? I'm gonna bring it back. Yeah, that still might even be in the way, right? Well, that's music that's on Spotify. So they usually have it mastered and stuff like that. We tell them, please give it mastered. Because it sounds crazy on the radio, but it's not. It sounds muffled.
Yeah.
Alright, ready?
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, I'm about to get real.
Yeah, we have to switch it up a little something, you know?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For coming through.
Anytime.
Yes. But no, we definitely going to talk more about what we were discussing before. And I want to hear more of your side of what you were saying, what we're going to do for those that join.
We're going to teach.
Yeah, no, that would be dope. Especially if we do it from...
If you have me...